This is Sneaker Gears. My name is Levi, and welcome to another Performance Gears episode of the top 5 most disappointing sneakers of 2017. Now, these are my personal opinion. Some of them are performance-based, and some of them are simply kind of personal-based, but we'll get right into it. Number 5, most disappointing shoe is the Harden Volume 1, and it has nothing to do with the performance of this sneaker. It is absolutely amazing. It was one of my favorite shoes to perform in. The raw materials, the fact that you're able to get different materials as far as the knit and what have you. Beautiful sneaker. Love the way it's done. Have multiple different versions of it. So why is it disappointing? That traction is super shallow. This thing just does not last that long. It has nothing to do with the performance of the sneaker. If you're able to get one at a deal, grab it. Just don't expect it to last a full season. Don't expect it to last indoors or outdoors. The Volume 2 is already kind of released or sneak peek, and it looks like the traction is a little bit deeper. But in the Part 2, that might be another disappointing one, simply because it looks like they took away all the raw materials. It looks a lot cheaper, synthetic, but we'll see. I'll do a review on those when those come out. I do love how the Harden line, as far as the Volume 1, I have a video on that, had so many different iterations of it. It's calling it Volume 1, having a performance sneaker, a lifestyle, one with bounce cushioning, his birthday edition, which I was able to get with all leather from Halloween. So great sneaker, just really disappointing that they didn't last longer. Number 4 on the list is the D-Rose 8. Nothing to do with performance either. Like, that's a sneaker that I've tried on. I actually want to get. I'll probably get the Black History Month version because those look incredible. And it simply has to do with, I mean, here, take a look. This is a D-Rose 7. Now, this was a collaboration, but you were able to get it with a prime knit upper. Really good support as far as just having a giant heel cut back here, pulling you down in. This one actually had suede along the upper, and you really felt like you were getting a signature athlete shoe. The D-Rose 8 is, for all intents and purposes, a team shoe, and they're still charging $140 for it. It really reminds me of what Jordan has done with the Melo line. He is no longer a superstar in the league. Maybe he's a star. Right now he's a bench player, and he's still a Jordan athlete, but Melo is no longer getting a signature shoe. They stopped with the M11. Same thing with D-Rose. Hopefully he will have a shoe, but maybe it's a team shoe. But they're charging $140 for really subpar materials for a player who, when he does come back, is probably going to be a bench player. I know I wouldn't start him over Isaiah Thomas. And this is no knock on D-Rose. I wish him the best. Comes from Chicago. Makes me kind of feel bad. I have every D-Rose from the 2.5. So I hope he does well. I hope he's deserving of his signature line, but right now it's really just a team shoe. At $140 is not something you want to buy. When that comes down in price, it is a performance beast, and I hope to pick up a pair in the future. Number 3 is the Nike Hyper Dunk React 2017. I was able to pick up the Off-White. I don't know if you guys saw my unboxing a few weeks ago. I have been playing in these. I was able to get a size 12 in a prior version that was a high top and didn't really fit well. I was able to get a 12.5, and the fit was a little bit better, but the cushioning up until next shoe on the list was probably the worst cushioning I've ever used. It was just god-awful, hurt my legs, returned those. Finally, I was able to get a size 13 in these Hyper Dunks, and I was able to play with them in 2 different ways. One with just the standard cushioning, and it was a little bit better. When you have a bigger shoe, they do alter that cushioning a little bit. I was able to play a full game, but the thing is, it's coming from the Hyper Dunk 2016 that had some of the best cushioning the Hyper Dunk line has ever had. And I have the original Hyper Dunk. I have a ton of them when they went to Lunar, back to Zoom, and last year's was amazing. If you're able to pick those up on discount, whether at the outlets, at Ross, get one. Like for 40 bucks they are, and the last time we've seen them, they're absolutely fantastic. Now, I was able to put a full-length zoom into this with swapping out the insole, and everything else about the shoe is awesome. But if you wear the shoe, if you're on a team, you've been given the shoe, and you feel the cushioning is not quite there, it's not you. It's the shoe. It's actually really bad cushioning. It's not the worst, but it's pretty awful. If you're going to buy a Hyper Dunk, I would highly, highly recommend getting some kind of insole from any brand. Hopefully, I'll have my own insert coming out pretty soon here, and that will help a lot of shoes because the traction on this shoe, the support, the materials. Now again, this is an off-white version, so this isn't exactly what all Hyperdunks are, just because it does have additional support around the shoe. Actual performance-wise, has a little bit better lockdown. I mean, and this has been really good once that zoom was put in, but such a letdown coming from an awesome Hyperdunk 2016. All right, number 2 and 1 on this list are, man, tossed back and forth. The number 2 is going to be the Curry 4. Huge letdown, and for multiple reasons. One, it's a good looking shoe. This thing's fantastic. If you've seen my video on the Curry 4, I did a review, called it Fool's Gold. This was Curry's second ring, and it's one, the shoe came out about 6 months late. 2, Under Armour actually dropped almost 50% sales last year, so hurting year for them, and they came out with a shoe that is not deserving of a signature athlete shoe. What I mean by that is there's nothing premium on this shoe. There's no carbon fiber, there's no leather, there's no premium materials, there's actually not even cushioning. This is literally the most basic foam there is. For any reviewer out there who's saying, oh, it's pretty good, any other shoe, even in Under Armour's lineup, has better cushioning than the Curry. And I can understand if they're working with the athlete and that's what he wants, but if you're charging $130, give us the best that you have, and this is really not it. Really disappointing, especially considering if you like Curry, which is, it's hard not to like the guy, and it's a good looking shoe, you want to support it, this is something you want to buy, and when you try it on, the fit is fantastic. It's super lightweight. This is a size 12.5, feels like nothing, but it's just really disappointing in what Under Armour could have done. And here's hoping they can turn things around in 2018. They always do a 0.5 or playoff version, so there will be a 4.5 or something, what have you. And they do have their hover cushioning coming out, so they will have a chance to redeem themselves. Number 1 most disappointing sneaker of 2017 is one that I think is already behind us, so I'm glad. But if you see it at outlet stores, if you have a chance to buy it at discount, don't. It's the Kobe AD. And what I hate about that name is because you have the Kobe AD Mid and you have the Kobe AD Next, which are both solid performers. I have every single Kobe from the Adidas line, and the Kobe AD is literally the only one on the list that is just an anomaly. It just looks horrible. It's kind of like the Marvel Universe disowning the Wolverine movie. Just, oh no, that didn't happen. Like, the Kobe AD is that bad. The Kobe AD Next is fantastic. Just call it the Kobe Next. Call this the Kobe 12 Mid. And both of them are awesome performers. Both made my top 5, or at least, you know, versions of it, of 2017. The Kobe AD was just an awful shoe in every regard. I don't think there was anything redeeming about it. And even the Zoom Air in the heel was fake, just because it wasn't actually Zoom Air in the heel. It wasn't Viz Zoom like it wasn't the Kobe 10. It's the only shoe that I really feel that Kobe was not involved in, because he's been involved in the process of a lot of his things. That was his retirement year, and I'm sure he was doing a lot of other things. And you could tell it was a shoe that looked amazing. But if you have an opportunity to get the Kobe AD, don't do it. Guys, hopefully this video helps you. This is my personal most disappointing sneakers of 2017, and these are all shoes that I love, I own. I want to get the D Rose 8, the Hyperdunk I've done, the Curry 4, but it's just something that either the brand and or the players just could have done so much more. Guys, really appreciate you. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. If you guys have any questions I can help in any way, please shoot comments below, and I'll be back at you soon.